Hi, thanks for coming and joining me today. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. When you subscribe, click the notification bell and then you will know about my next video. Alright, let's get on with it.
Hello Aries, this is Leeloo Jane and I'm doing a tarot oracle reading for you. Depends on which deck the angels want. This is an angel channeled guided reading, and I was just doing the pre-shuffle, and the deck I just was working with was the daily guidance from your angels. Now there was a pre-shuffle bunch of cards came through, and I'm going to show them with you, and then we're going to do some more shuffling and see what we get. Reward yourself for Aries. How nice. Ask and energy work. Pretty one, isn't it? Right. Okay. And we're going to change decks to. So they're our little pre-shuffle cards, and they'll help us to get through into our understanding of what you need to know. And we're going to work with the Foxfire, the Kitsune Oracle. Oh, and the rain is coming. So I'll try and talk louder. Hope it doesn't rain too much. It can be a bit loud on our roof. Okay. So, past lives. This deck's all about the fox spirit from Japan. Tending the future. Past lives and tending the future. And growth. Well, they're strong. 3 strongly connected cards. We're having a very wet time in Australia right now. Very wet. Okay, delight. All right. I'm going to pause the video and wait for the rain to go.
Hi, this is a good time to click that like button. If you like this content and you want to see it improve and grow, give me a thumbs up. And if you really like it, you can subscribe. Thanks.
Hi, I'm back. The rain has eased off. So now let's keep going. We had past lives, tending the future, growth and delight. What a beautiful set of cards, along with your pre-shuffle of reward yourself, ask and energy work. The bringer of change. Yes. So that's going to sit under past lives. The bringer of change is about a metamorphic process to me. Anyway, what is this? The creation of light. Make a wish. Undergrowth. Yep. And acceptance under delight. Wow. So I think we have to have a few more, feels like. So what I've got here is the past lives have been, well, what has your book been, your Akashic record of the world of life, your lives, what you've achieved, what you've learned, how have you done it? It's in your past lives, and all the records of all of that, all of your past lives have brought you to where you are now. So now it's time to understand your past lives are always setting up for the future. They're tending for the future by getting the precursors for your future all sorted out. By the end of each life, you've created seeds for the next life. Now, that being so, there's a change now. The bringer of change is coming, and a change is happening. So all your past lives baggage, you're going to call it baggage, not to put it down, not to act like it's something negative. It isn't, of course. Everything you got out of your past lives is the richness of all your learning and all you've created, the stories you've made, the development you've grown with. Now, that is what has put you where you are now, and there's a change happening, a metamorphic change is happening for you, and it's about the new future. And in this life, this is the shifting life, it's the pivotal point life, it's the inflection point life. And it's time now in this life to be looking forward and not look backward. We definitely have a card about past lives and a card about future. And the past life, even in this life now, at this pivotal inflection point you're in, your past within this life is now to be set aside and to only look forward. You should just look forward to the future. And you then create the light that enables the next stage in your metamorphic existence. You create the light. Now, isn't it interesting? These little light beams around flowers, around lotus flowers, are about the little gems, the little treasures that you got along the way with all your lives, the treasures of wisdom, knowledge and understanding, all coming together now in culmination for this life's shifting pivotal change. And it's a little bit like a round seed of light, a little ball of light that can grow into something more. And here we have growth, and once again we've got this little ball of light with leaves growing inside it, and it's the person inspiring the growth, it's the being enabling the growth, and that's you. You're enabling the growth. And what growth will you have? Make a wish, set your plan, decide what you want. Here comes the rain again. You are the one who sets it. You set the path forward. And what they're saying is, I have some more cards to share with you that I had. Accept the path you're on, accept the looking backward. This box is looking backward, and you can look backward and accept everything you have in your life you've done, being, and anything you've grown or learnt from, and now move forward with delight from where you are now and happiness. And they're saying with that acceptance comes appreciation of where you are now. These three cards, right, that came out last. Transcendence, yes. So this is about you shifting the paradigm and transcending your past to move forward with all the growth and bringing it in. It's like all the growth and everything. Now you're bringing it all in and you're putting it in its place, and now the new machine of you is getting complete, ready to move forward, if that's one way of saying it. It's time for you to restore yourself and not deplete yourself. And you don't need to worry about what happened in the past, because it won't make any difference to the now, because the now is fresh and moving forward. And you're a new person, you're a different person, you're a shifted person, you have metamorphic process happening, and you are becoming the butterfly. You are no longer the caterpillar hiding under the leaf, trying to survive, living in survivalism, just trying to make it through. That's not going to happen now. It's a shift. And you're now blossoming, blooming. You're the butterfly, and you're beautiful, and you're light and airy, and that's where you're going now. And it's time for you to restore from your past endurance of this very slow transition of metamorphic process. And now as you come forward, you are the noble one. You are now getting balanced. What I'm getting to is you are becoming balanced. You are, the light coming into the planet is helping you recalibrate your nervous system, your mind space, and you are becoming well grounded and more balanced. And as you do that, you are able to be noble because you're no longer in the fight or flight survivalism states. The stress is going to fall away because you're not going to engage in it, you're not going to carry it, you're just not interested in it anymore, and you're like, nah. You don't need to learn from it because you've done it. You learned from it. It's done. You did it already. You don't need to go cycling through something already done. Oh, that was quick, darlings. Yes. Yeah. The willing entanglement of what you had in the past was the way you learned and grew. And by being entangled in scenarios and situations, you delved into them and you learned and you developed, and your higher self learned, and all of these different mechanisms happened, even though I'm sure sometimes it felt very painful or uncomfortable. And you weren't happy with all the outcomes necessarily, but that's where you have to accept what goodness you have created within yourself, and what you know as goodness, and what you've gained about yourself, and your understanding of the world. And you know yourself, you know your clarity, you know your understanding, and that's the gem. That's the gem that you take forward. Now you have hope. Now you have positivity that you can change and shift. Let's see. A little bit more. No, that's a big lump, guys. That's a lot of cards. Can we just have a few, please? Can we just have maybe no more than 3 or 4? Is that right? They gave me a whole big story. It's like huge. And I'd like to be a bit more succinct. They give me 1. Okay, Shadow Dancer. This is about why you need to rest, because this Shadow Dancer card talks about the way, the path you've walked, where everything had this dual aspect of light and dark, and it reflected into you and made you feel like you had all this light and all this dark, and you also, the world told you negative feedback. The world gave you negative feedback a fair bit, and that's how it has been for everybody. And that negative feedback sort of colours on our beautiful aspects of ourselves and brings this broken feeling, this ill-formed feeling about ourselves, like we're not right, like we're deformed because we're not good enough, or not nice enough, or not satisfying other people enough, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. It's all just a part of the dualistic realm, reflecting back a potential perspective, not a potential reality. The reality is the beautiful aspect of this card. The beautiful side is the reality, and the other side is the illusion. And you need to rest because now you have transcended. You have transcended from this illusion. And you see this fox jumping down through, and where it's coming through, it's breaking open the grey illusion, and then the stars in the universe are shining through. You see that? Stars in the universe shining through a gap that, as it moves, with its movement, it opens up the vision and the view and the understanding. And that's what's happened to you through the movement of all your experience. You've opened up clarity, and you can see through the veil of all those illusions. This is where you are in the veil. You've left that now. You've moved on. And these cards are entangled with it. This is the entanglement, right? This is how it works. You go through this, I'm not feeling so great, but you've always had hope. You've always had hope, and it's allowed you to see the light shining through, to see the crack in the illusion, and grasp on it and go through, and that's why you're the noble one. because you are seeing through and you're hanging in there to get through to the end point to see it, and you're not accepting the shadows cast upon you. When people throw shade on each other, that's a wonderful description of how they do that. The world does that, and it's not everybody's exclusiveness, it's everybody's inclusiveness in that whole process of having shade thrown at you one way or another. Even now, like I rarely look on Facebook. I looked on Facebook, and a community group someone said they'd found a German Shepherd that was dumped. They said it was dumped on the road, and they had it tied up, and they put it up, and there was all these comments about humanity and how humans don't deserve to have pets, and it was a big put down on people because that dog was there. We don't really know the story about why that dog was there, and it turned into a huge tirade of humanity being put down because the dog was lost. Could have just fallen off the back of a truck or anything. We don't know the story. Could have run off and got lost. We don't know. So the point is, people jumped to the put down, and everyone in the same boat as well. I personally thought, well, hang on, I've got nothing to do with that dog being lost or abandoned or not cared for. Why am I undeserving of having dogs? So it's just the crazy nonsense, isn't it? It's just nuts. So we don't have to be engaged in that. Yes. We're coming of age, and we know better, and we see better than that business. We're not taking that on board anymore, that nonsense. It's like saying humans are wrecking the planet and humans are causing global warming, and all the science and the facts is not, we're not. Yep, we're not, but we've got an entire media movement and governments telling us we're bad. How bad are we? Not really. The entire solar system is heating up, actually. Every planet in our solar system is going through a global warming. We're just one of them. Okay, that's from NASA, that information. Born with a gift. You are born with a gift. And some of that gift is knowledge and understanding. You see all the crows coming through. That's the mystical bird, isn't it? It's the bird of mysticism. And you're allowed to be all that you are. And this girl's holding a golden egg. So be all that you are. You are in the awakening, and you are allowed to be happy about yourself and happy with yourself, happy with your life and happy with your growth. And it's good to remember that other people are under the illusion, like a spell's been cast upon them, that they have to do the poo-poo act and poo-poo everybody and poo-poo everything and blame everybody for everything, and somehow they feel somehow righteous by doing that. It's some sort of negative feedback. Let's not hold them to blame for their conditioning that society's forcing on them from every direction, and relax and be the awakened ones, helping to shift the paradigm, helping to shift the dilemma, the angels said, helping to shift the dilemma that they are in with your own enlightened perspective. You are at the threshold of change. This is a threshold of change. And with that change, it always is awkward and uncomfortable and difficult, it seems. But wow, yes. But you have threefold protection. You are protected because you have been a brave, clear thinking, insightful person, seeing forward, seeing clearly, and that's given you the protection that you need because you've taken the steps and you've been willing to look into the shadows and say, I don't think that's real. The people who hide from the shadows and do the shallow talk and make themselves feel better temporarily, they're really dragging their feet. They're procrastinating about self-development, change and growth, and enabling themselves just to move forward and let go. And they need to let go of those routines of the social bandwidth of self-righteous put down and all that other stuff. So moving on from all of that, you are now free to dance with joy. Be happy with nature. Relax into nature. See the beauty of the world. And you're allowed, they still brought out a big bunch. We're going to just do it, right? We'll go with the big bunch. They love to tell these full stories. You're allowed to just be with grace in nature, to have your grace, because you know better, and you're grounded and centered. Sunlight after darkness, that's where you are, and you're relaxing and basking in just taking a breath, and relaxing, because you don't need to be in survivalism anymore, in fight or flight. Leave behind what is no longer you. Yes, so very, very right. That's what we've been talking about. You are not playing the role of the person who needs to be kicked around. You are playing the role of the person who is now separate to that game and rising above in clarity and peace and grace and noble attitude. You're allowed to be still and relax and do that, resting and recuperating. Just be still and relax. The world looks like it's in turmoil, but it isn't. It's like a beautiful egg cracking open to a new world, and it's a cracking, so things are going to crack. Relax into a tea ceremony, and that's about being peaceful and introspective and enjoying the small things in life and relaxing. That's where you're at, Aries. The gift of connection. And you're able to just relax and be that cool, calm, collected person connecting with the world. How lovely. And the beauty of age. And you accept yourself in whichever level of your age and metamorphic process you're in. You accept yourself and are happy with yourself in your own maturity. That's a very nice reading. It's a deep reading. All right, thank you, Aries. Please give me a like and any lovely comments were really encouraging, and subscribe. And you'll be able to help the channel grow. That'd be brilliant. And if you want to share it, that'd be delightful too. Thank you so much. And I look forward to reading for you again soon. Bye.
Hey, thanks for coming and watching my video. Please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. And when you subscribe, click the little bell and you'll know when I'm having another video. Might be good for you. Bye.